And welcome to a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, your host today of The Rundown with Ramon. As we often say, all we ask is for one thing alone. The purpose we're here is for one thing alone. To help you start your business, grow your business, or help you live your best life, or all of it. We got an eclectic potpourri dish of insights to share with you today, as we always do on The Rundown with Ramon. So I'm glad you're here today. Who am I? Well, I've started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books. One of the leading experts on small business growth, and I'm here because you're here, and I'm glad you're watching today on The Rundown with Ramon. So let's get with it. What are we going to cover today on The Rundown with Ramon? Well, 1, how to get the right players in your band. Seth Godin has 20 questions to ask about your next project. Wall Street Journal covers what the happy warrior in your office knows about getting ahead. How are you going to attract more customers? By giving away your ideas. Did you know there are 6 signs that you might be in a toxic relationship? Is your business idea worth pursuing? 3 tips to avoid the most common reason for failure. And Guy Raz says, can you create your own luck? Industry pioneers bust 5 myths about coaching. 4 strategies to help entrepreneurs cope with failure. And the generosity power move that can boost your career. Again, thanks for being here on The Rundown with Ramon. We're going to get right into it right now as we get ready to start a brand new edition. And I'm glad you're here today. So let's get with it right now. All right. Welcome back. Ding, 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 ding. How to get the right players in your band. Yes, this article is talking about the insights from a band member and what he did to get the right people in his band. Oftentimes, that's how it started. But in corporate world, we often say, how do you get the right people in the band to be in the band, and or how do you get the people on the right seat in the bus and be sure they're even on the right bus? Well, here's a few things that you can do. And why this is important, because team cohesion is everything. If you have the wrong people on your team or playing in your band, just like an actual musical band, if you have the wrong players playing, there's going to be lack of team cohesion. Maybe they can't play their instrument. Maybe they're messing up other people. This is what it's like in your business as well. So what are some things you can do to make sure you have the right people on your team? 1, it starts at the top. Are you even the right leader? Are you doing the things you need to do to be a better and better leader? Are you hiring the right people? That's number 1. Number 2, are you talking to your other team members, those of you who have employees, to make sure that the other employees see the right thing in this person? There's not a checkbox. There's not a, something's off. Have you done background research? Have you asked for references? Have you given them, thank you for that thumbs up, have you given them a pilot or a time where you could observe and see how they are? Have you done the needful due diligence that you need to do to make sure, Dr. Will Moreland in the house, to make sure that you have the right person on your team? If you don't have the right person on your team, it can be catastrophic for your business. Your business will be slower than it should be because you don't have the right people on your team. Again, if you just joined in, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. 20 questions. Seth Godin's advice for people who are doing projects. Seth Godin has amazing advice, and he says, your next project might feel like a calling, but it's a choice that will have an impact on each day you spend on it. There are no right answers. But before you fall in love with a business or an organization, it may pay to think about these and other options that are built in. Here's some questions. Are you selling to consumers? Are you raising money? Do you serve one person at a time, or does a committee have to agree? Is there a network effect to the work you do? Is the margin on each item low? What's the lifetime value of a new patron, customer, or partner? Is the work time sensitive? Do you meet with people in person? Are you answering RFPs, or are people seeking you out by name? Is price or yield or efficiency the dominant metric in making a choice? Will you create value with your personal effort or by managing others? How will people find out about what you do? Is accuracy the most important part of what you deliver? Can a competitor who works far more hours have a big advantage over you? What's the effluent, waste, or side effects of what you create? Are you likely to spend time working with peers you like? Are you likely to respect your customers? How much time after you begin before you expect your metrics to be positive? Is the learning curve steep? After you've learned how to do this, does it become boring? Pick your customers, pick your future. This is powerful. Seth Godin wrote this 14 years ago, but it's powerful because this determines on the type of customers you want, the type of business you want to be in, asking some of these very important questions that sometimes we don't take the time to ask. Again, this is the Rundown with Ramon. Let's keep moving on. Ding, 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 ding. Why happy warriors get ahead. I saw this in the Wall Street Journal, and I thought it was very interesting, the aspect of happy warriors. Here's why. I've often heard nice guys finish last. To the ladies, nice gals finish last. People often focus on these hard charging, a little more maniacal, more get it done, let's go do it type of people. And I get that in some degree. Maybe I would be less nice some periods of my life and I'd be far more ahead. But Wall Street Journal talks about Tyron Jackson. Thank you so much for being here. Tyron Jackson joined us. Glad you're here. But Wall Street Journal says, you know what? This combination of being happy, the happiness, and being a warrior and still get it done, that's the perfect mix. And that's why they often get ahead in the office or in other ways of business. I've seen that in my life, and I realized maybe that's why God's blessed me with the success I've had, because I do come at things with a positive attitude. I'm the first guy to smile, the first guy to laugh, always like to tell a joke, always like to uplift and affirm, but also I get business done. So for you out there and you're wondering why you're not further ahead, it's not just because you're a nice guy or gal. It's not just because you're the hardest working person in the room. But I think both go hand in hand to get success. Are you a nice person? Yes. But also, are you getting business done? Both go hand in hand. Again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. And I want you to think about this as you're thinking of your office, you're thinking of your life. What's your attitude like? Are you bringing positivity? Are you bringing a smile to the equation? And or are you the person that's always bringing a problem somewhere where you are? This is what makes life success. People who bring a solution to a problem and not just bringing a problem. I love this article that the Wall Street Journal talks about. Happy warriors. I do think it's a real thing. These cheery colleagues weren't all born this way. While others try to impress the boss by working late and developing hard-to-find skills, this army of relentless optimists is determined to outwork everyone else and smile while doing it. This is powerful. It signals loudly to the upper ranks that they haven't fallen prey to negativity and burnout, and they say it's working. You're looking for somebody in your company to grow. You definitely want to find that happy worker. Anna Jorge is here. Thank you, Anna, for being here on the Rundown with Ramon. This is bringing kindness as a top trait of a leader. And if you do what you love, you are a happy person. Everybody go on LinkedIn and check out my friend, Anna Jorge, who's an amazing, amazing coach and professional and does quite a bit of cool things in life. Anna, thanks for being here today on the Rundown with Ramon. Remember this phrase, everybody. Everybody has an opportunity to be a happy warrior. Moving forward, ding, 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 ding. Give away your ideas and get more customers. Jason Pfeiffer, executive editor of Entrepreneur Magazine, talks about this concept. Sometimes we go through life thinking, ooh, I don't want to share my ideas. I don't want to share my thought leadership. I don't want to share what I'm working on, what I'm doing. And really, the way to get maybe more ahead is to share your idea, to let them bloom like flowers in a garden. You may think that you have the secret sauce to how you're doing things, but let me tell you a secret. Very few of us have a secret sauce to how we're doing things. Even AI, everybody can do it. You just got to have the money to have the servers and the programming to get it done. You're a coach for women. You're a coach for motivational speaking. You're a cattle farmer. You're a lawyer. You're an accountant. There's no secret sauce to anything. Maybe there's a certain special way you do it, but it boils down to you. So the way to get ahead, the way to get your next customer, says Jason Pfeiffer, executive editor of Entrepreneur, is as follows. Jason Pfeiffer says, post on LinkedIn. Take the call. If people ask you for advice, give it to them. Proactively teach or trade. Remember what makes you most valuable. This is what it's like. Welcome to a brand new day, Karen, on the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here. So if you're one of those people who are thinking, you know what, let me be closed, I have a secret sauce to what I'm doing, there's no secret sauce. It's you and how you show up and how you do it. But let your ideas bloom. Let your ideas share. Go forth and conquer and be who you are, loud and proud, and watch people come to you. Watch people want to be embraced by you. Watch people want to be attracted to you like a magnet instead of that person who is stiff-arming someone all the time and saying, no, no, no. Jason Pfeiffer writes that article again, good article in his email newsletter, One Thing Better. Give away your ideas and get more customers. Ding, 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 ding. 6 signs that you're in a toxic relationship. I thought this was interesting to talk about because business and personal and business often go hand in hand. Whether it's a toxic relationship at work, toxic relationship in your home. But maybe you're in a relationship and you're wondering, why is your life feeling the way it is? Why is your life like it is? Could it be that you're in a toxic relationship? Brains Magazine talks about this, and I wanted to touch on it a bit. Nobody wants to be in a yuck relationship. Nobody wants to be in a toxic relationship. Dr. Will. Nobody wants to be in a toxic relationship, Taryn. Nobody wants to be in a toxic relationship, Anna. But maybe sometimes we don't know we're in that kind of relationship. So here are 6 things they say. 1 is self-betrayal. If you find yourself abandoning aspects of who you are by putting the other person's needs, wants, and values above your own, or you're self-abandoning in order to stay in the relationship, the dynamic is not working for you. This is one sign, self-abandonment. That's what it means you're in a toxic relationship. Emotional drain. Relationships, when healthy, can be fulfilling, supportive, and a source of joy. However, not all relationships are beneficial, and some can become toxic. Emotional drain. Limited social sphere. Has your social world shrunken? Do you have passions and hobbies that your partner doesn't approve of? And you're limited. You don't have anybody else but your partner. That may be in a toxic relationship. They want to keep you down. Unhealthy behaviors. Number 4, it's not always easy to recognize when a relationship has become toxic, but certain behaviors can signal that it's time to take a closer look. Constant criticism, lack of respect or boundaries. Loneliness is another thing that can showcase you're in a toxic relationship. One of the ways to tell if you're in a toxic relationship is the feeling of loneliness. Loss of self. Signs of a toxic relationship can often be subtle, but impactful. This is how a few ways you may know you're in a toxic relationship. Now, you may ask, Ramon, what do we do about it if we're in one? Get help. Talk to a spiritual person, your local pastor. Talk to a mental health professional. Get help from somebody, but you don't deserve to be. You deserve more than being in a toxic relationship. Again, everybody, if you just joined, my name is Ramon Ray, and this is The Rundown with Ramon. Let's keep moving forward here. Is your business idea worth pursuing? Ding, 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 ding. Is it or not? Well, ultimately, only you will know that. But you know another way you'll know if your business idea is worth pursuing? If you're gaining traction and if you're getting customers. So is your business idea worth pursuing? 3 tips to avoid the most common reason for failure. Market research is critical in determining if a business idea has actual customer demand to avoid common startup failures. Market research is important, but after you do the market research, then understand, and part of that is the customer needs and their willingness to pay. And then it says here, point 3, defining the true market involves more than demographics. It requires insights into problems customers are willing to pay to solve, writes Bradley George. But the key here as well, those are 3 things are important. But at the end of the day, once you build the minimal viable product, the minimal thing that you can build, Tyler, thanks for being here. Oh, what's up, brother? Good to have you here. As you're building that, the way to really know if the customer is ready for you, do they buy? It makes no sense, Tyler. Makes no sense, Karen, to say, oh, this is a great idea, the best thing on earth. I've done my market research, then no one's buying. People got to buy. That's how you know if the idea is worth pursuing, when they buy it. But again, on the idea stage, I want to go back to this because I think it's important. Market research, understanding your customer needs, and defining the true market involves more than demographics. It's also about the psychographics. It's not enough to say, oh, we have a hair razor for Spanish men. Maybe because they have a certain type of hair. Maybe it is a hair razor, but let's give another example. This book is for Black men. That's demographic on the surface. But my man Tyler and I, he's a white guy, I'm a Black guy, but maybe our mindsets are the same. Maybe our hearts are dialed in the same. So you need to get below the demographics, male, female, Black, white, and get to the heart, or their mindsets dialed in the same. That is how you can grow your business. Because if you're just stopping at demographics, you're going to be limiting your potential pool of customers. Tyron, again, glad you're hanging with us. Glad to have you here, Tyler. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. Let's keep moving on as we unpack today's episode of the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Can you create your own luck? And I love it. Karen's chiming in here saying, is there a niche? I love it. And niche is powerful. We hear this quite a bit. Riches are in the niches. What's up, Deanna Lammerts? Indeed, happy today's day. Love that. And niche is important when you're trying to go so broad. We have a cup for everyone. Maybe. We have a coaching program for all women. Maybe. But instead, we have a coaching program for divorced men who are fathers of adult children who are out of the house and the men are now alone. Now you're getting to something very narrow. Now you're speaking to people in a certain situation. And as you build that business, then you can go up from there. Again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. If you're enjoying the Rundown with Ramon, do me a favor, do a comment, share it out, take a screenshot, let people know you're watching the Rundown with Ramon. Let's keep moving on today's episode. Can you create your own luck? I saw this headline from Guy Raz, author of How I Built This, or How I Built It, where he chronicles the journey of entrepreneurs. Can you create your own luck? Yes, you can. And I'm a firm believer. If you're just sitting on the side of the road waiting for somebody to come by and buy your lemonade from your lemonade stand, as it were, waiting for somebody to come by, you're going to be waiting for a long time. May I suggest that instead of waiting for luck to happen, that instead you create your own luck. Don't wait for something to happen when you can do the needful things to do to create your own serendipity, to create your own luck. You may say, Ramon, well, how do I do that? That's by being in places where you can meet the right people who can buy from you, being in places where you can be with people who can refer you, being in places where you can be around people that can give you the knowledge you need, being in the right places where there's the highest propensity of chance where what you want to happen will happen. If your dream is to be a popcorn vendor, maybe you should stand outside the Jacob Javits Center in New York City where the Popcorn Expo happens. I made that up, but that's how you advance in your world. It's by creating your own luck, creating your own serendipity, not waiting for something else to happen, not waiting for it to be given to you, because it's not going to be given to you. As my guy T.M. Hyman says, no one's going to save you. But if you raise your hand and say, I need help, if you raise your hand and say, I'm looking for an opportunity, if you raise your hand and add value, if you raise your hand and show up over and over and over and over and over and over again, adding value, having a great attitude, putting in the work, good things will happen. It happens to me all the time. Me being here today, having a show on USA Today Network, we're in episode 160. That's a testament to showing up and putting in the work. I encourage you today, if you're waiting for somebody to spoon feed you and give it to you, it ain't going to happen. But I encourage you, you get up and make it happen yourself. Let's keep moving forward here on the Rundown with Ramon. Myths about coaching. Ding, 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 ding. Industry pioneers bust 5 myths about coaching. We're going to dive into that. But first, love this from Tyler. How important is personal development when it comes to building a business? Tyler, it's everything, brother. I used to poo-hoo personal development, thinking it was just for people who put their hands up and crossed their legs and lit candles. That's what I used to think it was for. But boy, was I wrong. Scott Simons, my brother from another mother. What's up, man? Good to see you. I saw two of my favorite people just a few days ago, Tyler and Scott. But Tyler, personal development, man, is everything. How can you build a sustainable business? How can you build a powerful business, Scott Simons? How can you build a powerful business, Deanna? How can you build a powerful business, Karen? How can you build a powerful business, Sharon? If your mindset is not right, if you as a person not whole, if you as a person not healed, if you're going back to trauma in your past, you're going back to trauma in your life, you're carrying around the weights of unforgiveness all day long, you can't be an effective leader. You can't. So yeah, Tyler Stratton, personal development is so important. Everybody go follow my guy, Tyler Stratton. Look him up across the platforms. He does amazing, amazing, amazing work. Moving forward here again, if you just joined, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Up next, oh yes, industry pioneers bust 5 myths about coaching. Check this out. Check this out very carefully. If you think coaching is not for you, 5 myths. Coaching is about teaching. Myth 1. If you look up the words coach or coaching, you'll be none the wiser about what all these people are up to. It usually mentions a bus for long journeys, a horse-drawn or a train carriage and traveling. Coaching processes fosters evolution at every stage. So it's not about teaching, it's about helping unpack what's in you. Myth number two, organizations need hierarchical cultures. No, they don't. Organization is necessary. Leadership is necessary. But myth number 2, organizations do not need hierarchical cultures, according to Smart Brief. This is an important concept. Myth number 3, it's best to follow the rules. When we work with a leading global industrial gas and engineering company to bring in a safety culture, we discussed a command and control management structure that led people to follow the rules. This type of dependent culture creates interference because there is little room for the potential of the human being to come through. Yes, we need to follow safety rules and procedures and standard operating procedures, but we don't want robots. We need people who can make good judgment calls when needed. Myth number 4, coaching is only for certain types of endeavors. No, that's a myth. Coaching helps in all cases. And myth number 5, coaching has rapidly established itself and there is no further headroom for growth. That's myth number 5. Coaching is absolutely so important. Again, everybody, this is The Rundown with Ramon. What do you think about the world of coaching? Do you have a coach in your life? Do you have a community that nourishes you in your life? If you don't, you need to get a coach. Welcome to The Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Up next, 4 key strategies to help entrepreneurs cope with failure. Failure is going to happen. I think if you're not failing at something at some point, you're probably not trying hard enough. 4 things you can do as you're going through a season or a time of failure. 1, acknowledge your emotions and give yourself time and space to lean into those feelings. Failure can feel lonely. Talking to other entrepreneurs who have also experienced failure is a great way to get back on your feet. Make a list of everything you've learned from the failures you've experienced. This will serve as a reminder that your failure wasn't for nothing. Take contrary action, which means doing the things you don't feel like doing. You're all going to fail at some point, especially if you're going to the heights that God has for you. But the key is when you fail, get back up and keep going. This is how things get done. We'll end today on this. Ding, 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 ding. The power of generosity. I was listening to a talk by Mark Matthews at an Intuit QuickBooks event a few days ago. And it talked about how when you wake up and have that spirit of generosity, have that feeling of being thankful, that feeling of gratefulness, it does something to the mind, does something to the brain, and it makes you come alive. Not that you have to think necessarily, oh, I'm glad I have a glass of milk because they have none. It's not about they have nothing. It's about I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for the opportunities that I have. Remember when I was fired from the United Nations? Yes, it sucked. Didn't like it. Felt stung a little bit. But you know what I was happy about? All the opportunities I had in front of me. Listen, everybody, this is the Rundown with Ramon. And if today, I want you to know that you matter, and I want you to tell somebody else that they matter. Go tell somebody else that they matter. Speak life into somebody else. Alexandria Nicole, glad you're here today. Make a difference in the world. Go make an impact and be a part of the army of people making the world a better place. Again, this is the Rundown with Ramon. I'm so glad you're here. Get to know me better at zoneofgenius.com. Get to know me better at ramonray.com. Be blessed and have an amazing day. That's a wrap. See you next time on the Rundown with Ramon.